The shoes that only truly wealthy men dare to wear, older men edition. There's a secret language of shoes that only truly wealthy older men seem to understand, and if you're not paying close attention, you'll miss it entirely. These aren't flashy sneakers or loud designer logos. In fact, the most expensive shoes in their closets often look worn, even old. But that's the point. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which shoes signal real wealth, subtle, quiet, generational wealth, and why the men who wear them never feel the need to explain themselves. Stick around till the end, because we've saved a rare style bonus that most people have never even heard of. Welcome to Synced, where mature and elegant men master timeless fashion styles, learn to move with confidence, and are equipped to build deep relationships. Let's get started. 1. Split-toe derbies. You might miss them if you're not paying attention. At first glance, they look simple, maybe even plain. But that subtle seam running down the center? That's not a flaw. It's a quiet signature, the kind that whispers, "This was made by hand." See, machines can't get this right. That barely noticeable asymmetry in the toe box, only a skilled craftsman could shape that, often taking over 50 hours to finish a single pair. It's not meant to impress you. It's meant to endure. This is the shoe of a man who's already earned his place. The kind of man who sits on foundation boards, who buys art directly from the artist, not from a gallery. You'll find these in the closets of private equity partners, legacy law firm founders, and quiet collectors who don't post their lives online. Split-toe derbies are built for walking into a room without ever needing to explain why you belong there. They're not loud, they're not trending, and that's exactly the point. Wearing these shoes says, I don't chase attention. Attention finds me. 2. Hole-cut Oxfords. One piece of leather, no panels, no seams, nothing to hide behind. That's the essence of the hole-cut Oxford, a shoe so deceptively simple, it becomes the ultimate flex for men who've outgrown the need to show off. It takes an unblemished hide to make just one pair. And that kind of leather? It's rare. Only a handful of tanneries in the world produce it at the level required. Think Ilcia in Italy or Annonay in France. But here's the part most people don't realize. Hole cuts aren't immediately comfortable. They don't give in easily. They resist just a bit until they mold to your foot. That takes patience, discipline, time. Which makes sense because the men who wear them are thinking long-term. Not next season, not next year, but legacy. You'll see hole-cut Oxfords on quiet billionaires at private dinners, on CEOs who take the stairs, and on diplomats who understand the power of restraint. They pair them with charcoal suits, watches that only a trained eye would notice, and words that carry weight, not volume. These shoes don't shout. They don't even speak. Hole cuts say everything by saying nothing. 3. Norwegian Welt shoes. If you know, you know. The Norwegian Welt is one of those details that quietly separates the seasoned from the new money crowd. It's not for show. It's for endurance. Originally designed for rugged terrain and unpredictable weather, this style is built like a tank, but with the elegance of a tailored suit. The construction involves intricate stitching that wraps around the upper and the outsole, making it incredibly water-resistant and nearly indestructible. And the older they get, the better they look. Most men have never even heard of Norwegian welts. And honestly, that's exactly why the men who wear them love them. This isn't fashion. It's function. Refined to an art. You'll find them on men who live between worlds, working weekdays in the city, escaping to estates or cabins on the weekends. They don't want a shoe that screams style. They want one that keeps up. And here's what's powerful about these shoes. They don't just last. They carry stories. Every scuff is a memory. Every polish is a reset. Wearing Norwegian Welt shoes quietly says, I plan to be around. So do my shoes. They're not loud, but they speak volumes. A masterclass in quiet wealth, meant only for those who understand the value of permanence. 4. Reverse calf loafers. Soft on the outside, but powerful in what they say about the man wearing them. Suede, or reverse calf, is a material that doesn't forgive carelessness. It stains easily, it soaks up water, it requires intention. And that's exactly the point. When you see an older man wearing suede loafers, especially in light shades, he's not just making a style choice. He's sending a message. I'm not in a rush. I won't get caught in the rain. And if I do, I've got someone who handles that. This is a different kind of confidence, the kind that doesn't need polish to shine. Suede loafers are a casual flex, the kind that says, I'm in control of my time, of my pace, of my environment. These are the shoes of slow living, of men who spend their summers on the Amalfi Coast or the coast of Maine, men who host lunches that turn into dinners and who walk through life, not run through it. You'll hear them before you see them, the soft step, the gentle scuff, the sound of a life that no longer revolves around urgency. Reverse calf loafers are worn when you have nothing left to prove, but everything still to enjoy. They're the shoes of men who choose comfort without compromise, power without noise, and presence without pretense. 5. Alligator or crocodile monkstraps. Exotic, but never loud. These are shoes that speak the language of luxury in its most disciplined form. Alligator and crocodile leathers are among the most expensive in the world, often fetching upwards of $30,000 per hide, depending on the grade and source. But the men who wear them? They don't flash them. They don't need to. The texture alone commands attention, but only from those who know what they're looking at. Now add the Monkstrap, a design rooted in monastic restraint. No laces, no fuss, just a quiet buckle, holding everything in place. That combination, exotic skin with a minimalist silhouette, is a deliberate contradiction. It's power in check. These are not shoes for beginners. They're worn by men who've tasted excess, but now choose precision. Men who once bought loud things to feel seen, but now understand that true wealth isn't about being noticed. It's about being remembered. Owning a pair of crocodile monkstraps says, yes, I've been there, but now I walk different. They're shoes you wear to a private meeting on a yacht or into a boardroom where no one raises their voice, because no one has to. This is what we call exotic restraint, danger wrapped in discipline. And if that doesn't tell you everything about the man wearing them, nothing will. 6. Unlined shell Cordovan loafers. Shell Cordovan is no ordinary leather. It comes from a specific part of a horsehide, rare, thick, and nearly indestructible. It's the kind of material that only gets better with age, developing a deep, unmistakable shine that no polish can fake. Now take that same legendary leather and remove the lining. What you get is something that feels almost contradictory. A shoe that looks like old money, but wears like your favorite slipper. No stiffness, no friction, just pure, effortless comfort. Unlined shell Cordovan loafers aren't for rushing through airports or pounding city pavement. They're for slow mornings on stone terraces, for stepping onto private jets or polished wooden floors, barefoot. That's right. The truly wealthy often wear these with no socks at all. Because when everything around you is soft, controlled, and curated, you want to feel something real beneath your feet. These shoes aren't about fashion. They're about experience, sensation, presence. Wearing them says, my feet have nothing to prove. They've already arrived. Unlined shell Cordovan loafers are the rich man's answer to barefoot freedom. And once you've lived in them, going back to anything else feels like wearing noise. 7. Double monk straps in patinated leather. These shoes tell a story, literally. Patina isn't something you buy, it's something you earn. It forms slowly as the leather bends, flexes, and absorbs the life around it. Every scuff, every polish, every quiet step leaves its mark. Over time, it becomes a reflection, not of fashion, but of living. Now combine that with the double monk strap, a bold, architectural design that commands attention without ever needing to ask for it. There's something almost philosophical about that pairing. Strength on the surface, depth underneath. These are shoes worn by men who are comfortable with time. Men who welcome it. CEOs who still choose to walk into the office, not because they have to, but because they want to. Professors whose shelves groan under the weight of actual books. Men who understand that aging, done right, is refinement, not decay. There's no fast way to make patinated leather look like this. No shortcut to the richness, the depth, the almost liquid tone it eventually takes on. These shoes evolve, not just with wear, but with intention. Every scuff is a story, every shine a quiet resurrection. You don't buy patinated double monks to impress anyone. You wear them to remember who you are and how far you've come. These aren't just shoes, they're a journey, but aged into. 8. Kangaroo leather dress boots. At first glance, they look like any other sleek dress boot. But once you slip them on, you know something's different. Kangaroo leather is a paradox. It's 50% stronger than cowhide at the same thickness, yet significantly lighter. What that means is simple. These boots feel like air, but wear like armor. This is a material used by elite athletes, military units, and, very quietly, by a handful of wealthy men who value performance as much as presence. Yes, kangaroo leather is ethically complex. It sparks debate, it raises questions. And that's part of the appeal. These aren't boots for the crowd. They're for the man who thinks deeply, who walks into complexity without needing applause. You won't find these on fashion runways. You'll find them in the wardrobes of legacy builders, men who fund universities, who write op-eds under pen names, who know that real strength is often quiet and layered. These boots aren't for everyday wear. They're conversation starters, for those who never need to start the conversation themselves. The kind of boots someone might notice an hour into the evening, just before they finally ask, "What are those?" Wearing kangaroo leather dress boots says, "I value strength. I just don't need to show it." Ultra light, ultra rare, the paradox of strength. Before we reveal the bonus, if you've made it this far, drop the words "quiet power" in the comments. It lets us know you're part of the core, one of the few who doesn't just scroll, but absorbs. We see you. Bonus, hand-welted slippers worn only indoors. These aren't your average bedroom slippers. These are statements made in complete silence, fully hand-welted, leather-lined, often custom-made, not to impress guests, but to elevate personal space. They're built with the same craftsmanship you'd expect in a $5,000 dress shoe, yet they never touch pavement. Why? Because real luxury doesn't end at the front door. It begins there. These slippers are worn by men who treat comfort as sacred, who understand that dignity lives in the details, even the ones no one sees. Reading rooms, private libraries, cigar lounges with soft music and softer lighting. They're not made to be seen. They're made to be felt. And that is the most wealthy thing of all. Real wealth is how you treat yourself when no one is watching. Quick wins before you go. Start with quality over quantity. One timeless pair is worth more than 5 forgettable ones. Choose leather that improves with age, just like you do. Invest in a shoe tree. It shows care, discipline, and quiet intention. And never underestimate the power of a clean sole. The details matter. If you found value in today's video, tap that like button. It helps us reach others who think like you. Subscribe for smart, stylish content delivered daily. And if someone comes to mind while watching this, share it with them. They'll thank you. Thanks for watching. We've handpicked the video on your screen. Trust us, it's exactly what you need next. We'll see you back here tomorrow.